Beneath the shadow of the Parthenon, in a city alive with philosophy and debate, the air was thick with tension. Athens, the cradle of wisdom, was restless. Merchants worried over their wares, soldiers steeled themselves for unseen battles, and even the philosophers, those heralded for their calm, were not immune to the unease that crept through the streets. But amidst this storm of invisible conflict sat a man whose demeanor was untouched by the chaos around him. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, was known not for his possessions or power, but for a rare and unshakable stillness. His calm was magnetic, drawing even the most troubled souls to him. He spoke little, but when he did, his words pierced through fear like a blade through mist. Tonight, as you join Zeno beneath the sacred olive trees of Athens, you'll learn not just how to calm the storms of your mind, but how to wield anxiety itself as a tool for growth. This is not a story of avoiding fear, but of mastering it, as the Stoics once did. Anxiety is not new. Long before modern diagnoses and self-help books, the ancients wrestled with the same silent adversary. The Greeks had a word for it, ataraxia, the absence of peace. To them, anxiety was more than a feeling. It was a signal, a sign that the soul had become unmoored from its foundation. Zeno understood this deeply. He had once been a wealthy merchant, a man of means and ambition. But one fateful day, a shipwreck stripped him of everything: his cargo, his fortune, his identity. Left with nothing but the clothes on his back and the uncertainty of what lay ahead, Zeno could have succumbed to despair. Instead, he embarked on a journey not to recover his wealth, but to rebuild his inner world. Why, he would later ask his students, do we suffer more in imagination than in reality? Because we are blind to the power of the present moment. One evening, as Zeno sat in quiet contemplation, a young man approached him. His face was drawn, his eyes darting like a hunted animal. "Master," he began, his voice trembling, "I cannot escape the weight in my chest. Every moment is consumed by what might happen tomorrow, or the next day, or the next. Tell me, how can I free myself from this torment?" Zeno looked at the young man with a quiet intensity. He plucked an olive from the tree above them, holding it between his fingers. "Do you see this fruit?" he asked. "It is small, unassuming, yet within it lies the potential for an entire grove of trees. Anxiety is the same. It begins as a single thought, but can grow into an entire forest of fears if left unchecked." The young man's brow furrowed. "But how do I stop it from growing?" Zeno smiled faintly. "By mastering your perception, your control, and your acceptance. Anxiety cannot survive where clarity reigns. Shall we begin?" Zeno guided the young man into a simple exercise. "Close your eyes," he said. "Breathe deeply. Now, focus on this moment. Hear the rustling leaves. Feel the earth beneath your hands. Anxiety thrives in the shadows of the future, but it cannot endure the light of the present." As the young man followed Zeno's guidance, something remarkable happened. The storm within him began to subside. His breathing slowed, his racing thoughts stilled. For the first time in months, he felt the weight lift. But Zeno did not stop there. When fear visits you again, and it will, ask yourself, is this within my control? If it is, act. If it is not, release it, as you would a stone that serves no purpose but to weigh you down. The young man opened his eyes, his expression one of quiet revelation. "So, it is not the fear that must change, but how I face it." Zeno nodded. "Exactly. Anxiety is not an enemy. It is a teacher. Learn from it, and it will no longer hold power over you." The young man took Zeno's teachings to heart. Each day, he practiced anchoring himself in the present. When worries about the future arose, he examined them with calm detachment. Slowly but surely, he began to see anxiety not as a curse but as an opportunity, a chance to cultivate resilience, clarity, and peace. Word of his transformation spread, inspiring others to seek out Zeno's wisdom. Soon, beneath the olive tree, a gathering of anxious souls would assemble, each seeking the same liberation. And one by one they, too, found their calm. Centuries have passed since Zeno walked the streets of Athens, but his teachings remain as relevant as ever. In our fast-paced, uncertain world, anxiety continues to creep into our minds, whispering of failure, disaster, and ruin. Yet the wisdom of the Stoics reminds us that we have the power to face it, not by avoiding it, but by mastering it. Remember this: the storms of the mind are not meant to be feared but understood. Within each wave of anxiety lies a lesson, a chance to grow stronger, more resilient, more serene. Now, the question is, will you take the first step? Close your eyes. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Anchor yourself in this moment, and let the wisdom of the ancients guide you. If you're ready to transform anxiety into strength, join us on this journey. Subscribe for more Stoic teachings, and let us face life's challenges together, with calm, courage, and unyielding resolve. The path to peace is yours to walk. Begin now.